Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and... Oh, God, Jesus Christ. We're going to continue this trend of me fucking up the intro. Good morning, ladies and...
Yeah,
we are the Bards Against Humanity, here to storm your loot and absolute wreck your hosts. So prepare for a podcast that's here that's going to hit harder than not one in bed, because we are coming in your ears. Leo, take it away from me.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Don't know why I went full-blown radio. That's right. All right. Today we are starting up a new class that is going to be the Warlock, and funny enough, as you have fucked up the intro, I have fucked up this part because obviously Leo's here, and of course Dan, say hello to the peoples.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, that's right. That's the enthusiasm. We're obviously talking about the Warlock because I've already said it before. Fuck.
I've already been
we're just
possessed by the fucking spirit of speech fuck-ups, so... on brand.
On brand. Yes, so today we're going to go through the Warlock for the whole class. We obviously, of course, we avoid the subclasses because they deserve their own episode each now.
Yeah, it's something we're trialing and we're seeing how it goes. And speaking of deserves its own episodes, before we do a full deep dive into the Warlock, we're going to go over the invocations in their own episode, because holy motherfucking shit, there's a lot of them.
So many. There's too many. Now, it may end up being a shorter episode than usual, but that's still like 20 minutes. Could creep into half an hour, spade to spade, especially if we keep fucking up and trailing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's its own episode. It's earned it. It's deserved it.
Exactly.
For just
but
existing.
Is it really a Bards Against Humanity episode if we don't cluck something up along the way?
I know, and I don't want to call you out here, Dan, but the intros is wild.
You'd think after what episode is this now?
I don't know.
I think this is episode like 17. I want to say. So you'd think after 17 whole episodes, I'd be good at this right now by now.
I actually think it's more than 17 potentially.
Actually, hold on. Sorcerer base class was episode 13. We had two sorcerer subclasses in one episode, and then it was after the first, that was 14. Then we did 15 and 16 as the two sorcerers. Yeah, 17.
Oh, no fucking fair play. Game respects game. I respect it.
I'm good at keeping track of things. I'm not good at speaking. Very great when you're, co-host of the podcast. We move.
Well, I'm about to say, talking about something we don't normally do. This is what the This is what the Warlock class is all about.
It's infectious.
It's so infectious. So, the Warlock's quest for knowledge that lies hidden in the fabric of the multiverse. Not like that, you Marvel heads. This one makes sense and isn't filled with absolute trash. Sorry, immediate tangent. What the fuck's happened with Marvel? I'm sorry, it's immediate, but they said multiverse and it triggered me. Why is it poop now, Daniel? I thought they cared. I thought they did too.
And then, after Endgame, everything kind of started going downhill, bar a few projects.
Oh, there was definitely things that you knew was written before Endgame. Like, while they were doing Endgame, like, Spider-Man was pretty good. I enjoyed Shang-Chi. That's quite good.
I don't know, do a lot of people agree with me on this, but I view Shang-Chi as the best post-Endgame piece of content.
I'd be shocked if a lot of people disagreed with you.
I know it's probably not a very controversial opinion, because I know a lot of people would be like, oh, but Loki was really good.
Well, that's a TV series. Or you're saying like piece of media. Now, like Shang-Chi's nearly like it's a 10 out of 10 movie if you end it early. Right? So if you... Am I going to spoil this movie? How long has Shang-Chi been out? People should have watched it by now, right? Yeah, no, fuck them. If you haven't watched Shang-Chi, pause the video here, go watch Shang-Chi, and then come back. Right? Spoiler alert. So Shang-Chi, it should end when he's fighting his father, and then if people listening to us have ever heard of a DVD, just crack it. Right? Just as it hits that moment, that's the end of the movie. It's a great movie, 10 out of 10. And then they just fight some weird shit for Marvel reasons, and it really drops it down to being like an 8 But before that, such a perfect movie.
The end boss was a little weird.
Yeah, they end up fighting some world-eating dragon thing because I don't know. Shang-Chi's a great movie though. Absolutely recommend. And then after that fight scene, just walk away. You know what I mean? Just leave. Leave the theater. It's not in theaters anymore. Leave your living room. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Get rid of it. Fuck that. I still, even after all that, I still really like Shang-Chi. It was really fun. I love that movie. Still do.
I think it's a difference between it being like a really unbelievable movie, like up there movie, to being a great movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you.
I think it's a great movie. It could have been potentially the best superhero movie, which I find hilarious considering they've gone with the two culturally viciously different cultural movies are potentially some of their best movies. So like Black Panther, then you've got Shang-Chi, and then Iron Man's now a bit of a tough watch.
A little bit.
I don't know if you've. It's tougher than I thought it would be. Anyway, so then the Warlock, right? Moving back to it, they often begin their search for magical power by delving into tomes of forbidden lore, dabbling in invocations, which will have its own episode, meant to attract the power of extraplanar beings, or seeking places of power where the influence of these beings can be felt. The Warlocks are they're never the superstar, but they're following them with their phones, trying to get that one selfie to maybe get 10,000 likes.
So they're basically just magical being stalking.
Yes.
Is what you're getting.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. True. Now, you do say that they're not necessarily the stars of the show, but put the Warlock in the hands of someone who can pilot them really well, and they can certainly steal the show.
100%. Warlocks view their patrons as resources, as a means the end of achieving their magical power, so they're evil stalkers. Some Warlocks respect, revere, or even love their patrons. Ooh. Arrrr. Some serve their patrons grudgingly, and some seek to undermine their patrons even as they wield the power their patrons have given them. Once a pact is made, a Warlock's thirst for knowledge and power can be slaked with mere study. Can't be slaked even with mere study. Most Warlocks spend their days pursuing greater power and deeper knowledge, which typically means some kind of adventure. So they're the nerd that plays some sport.
So take us through a little bit of what Warlock gets at level 1.
Well, obviously, they do get their Eldritch invocations. It's their pieces of forbidden... this is 2024. I'll go back. So they get piece of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with an abiding magical ability or other lessons. You gain one invocation of your choice, such as Pact of the Tome, which we'll go through in way more detail in its own episode. Invocations are described as the Eldritch invocation option. Selections later in the class description, which for us will be next week's episode. They do have prerequisites, though. If an invocation has a prerequisite, you must meet it to learn that invocation. For example, they have Warlock levels that you have to be a minimum of, like level 5. You can replace or gain your invocations. Whenever you gain a Warlock level, you can replace one of them with another for which you qualify. Obviously, talking about the prerequisites earlier. You can't replace an invocation if it's prerequisite. I hate that word. For another invocation that you have. Blah. When you gain certain Warlock levels, you gain more invocations of your choice. You can't pick the same invocation more than once unless its description says otherwise. Now, back in 2014, this was less of a thing.
Back in 2014.
Do you like how I did that?
Yeah, I do like that. Yeah.
Before that, it was more of an otherworldly patron. So you chose your patron at level 1, and then you would gain certain things connected to that patron at levels 6, 10, and 14. This, with the new invocations, it gives you a bit more flexibility where you don't have to stay with necessarily one patron. You kind of nip and choose for your own individual patron, if you will. You get to style your patron with the story, with yourself. I prefer it. Now, Dan, I want you to say prerequisite 14 times.
Prerequisite, 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 prerequisite.
I don't know if it was prereq. Was it? Got him.
All right. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by styling your patron throughout your story, though. It's confusing me.
Well, before you would have to choose your patron, that would be your patron.
Oh, you mean that because of the whole getting it at level 3 thing? Am I right?
No, that would be more of like kind of your subclass more than anything. Oh no, you do. You're dead right. You get it at level 3.
Yeah. Is that your otherworldly patron is effectively your subclass for Warlock?
Oh no, I have confused it with something.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So no,
Oh, here it is. Here are my notes about the Eldritch Invocations. It's underneath. I had to scroll down. It was on another page. I'm sorry, listeners. It was on another page. I thought it didn't exist.
So, dear listeners, to clarify the confusion that Leo has put in all of our minds, you cannot. Your otherworldly patron is your subclass. You gain fixed abilities. However, some abilities may have choices, some don't. But the only kind of like choice and customizability you have with the Warlock is just your invocations. Not to say that it's just invocations, because there's a lot of customizing you can do with said invocations.
Okay, so I'll go off my notes now. I found them where it came to the Eldritch Invocations. I believe it's pretty much the same thing. it's pretty much the same thing. Not much has changed. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Yeah. This is a moment of pain and suffering, because I think that is potentially the biggest blunder I've made on this podcast. That's very irritating. Well, Dan, what else happens at level 1?
As I said before, it's not a Bards Against Humanity episode if we don't fuck something up.
Fucking hell.
And I'm so glad it was both of us this time.
I've never organized my notes, so... Oh, Dan, you're going to have to be patient with me on this one. I think I may have fucked them all up, if that's the case. Anyway.
Okay, you're moving to New Zealand soon. It's entirely forgivable.
Yeah. Do you think I can use that for as many episodes as possible? Oh, man, I just moved to New Zealand.
You've been here for a year. I know, but the move has just been like really stressful, man.
It's been crazy stressful. I'm getting pores. Not pores. What's the bad thing on your skin? Not necessarily spots. What's it called?
Pimples?
Fucking. Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
All right. So the other thing you get at level 1. Warlocks get their ability both in 2014 and 2024 to spellcast at level 1. The Warlocks don't use spell slots the same way that other casters do. They're the only class that uses what's called pact magic. So it's like it's spells and magic that's bestowed to you by your patron, and they work in a unique way. So pact magic spell slots refresh on a short rest or a long rest. But Warlocks only gain a very small number of pact magic spell slots. And as you grow in Warlock levels, your pact magic spell slots upgrade in level from 1 to 5. And at base you have 2. Yeah, so the example it gives here is, for example, when you're at 5th level, you have 2 3rd level spell slots. So they upgrade, the spell slot levels upgrade as, say, like a wizard or a sorcerer would. So if you can cast, once you gain the ability to be able to cast 3rd level spells, your pact magic will cast 3rd level spells only, because the beauty of these specific spell slots is they always cast at the maximum level they're capable of. So if you want to cast Shield as a Warlock, for example, you have to cast it at 5th level if you have a 5th level pact magic slot.
Oh, weird.
It's crazy. It's really weird, but it's also really cool, which also means that if you were to cast something like Burning Hands, a 1st level spell, it will automatically cast it at 5th level.
That's a move.
but it's really, really cool. But your packed magic will only go up to 5th level. After that, you gain 1 spell slot. Something we'll go over later on in the episode. But packed magic is cool, and it makes it so that warlocks, like fighters, do tend to favor short rests a little bit more frequently, say, than full casters would. And if you have a warlock or a fighter in your party, and as a DM, I'm very conscious of it, if you're not giving opportunity for their resources to be able to be refreshed or used in a certain manner, that class can feel underwhelming. And because I've known from some like DM horror stories that or like player horror stories for, you know, like being around a table, that some DMs don't tend to like short rests as much. They'll just throw one big massive boss battle where everyone has to use all of their resources all in one, and they absolutely flake through with no problem whatsoever. And then the warlocks then wonder why they feel underpowered, mainly because their refresh is not as valued as much as the others.
From what I can see for 2014 is that pack magic has very much remained the same, but there is a very weird moment in it where you can now, whenever you gain a warlock level, you can actually replace one of your cantrips because of pack magic, which I think is super handy.
It is quite handy, and it plays into one of the invocations. I'll just go through it now.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It has its own episode.
It has its own episode, but I have to mention it here specifically because the new invocations that it specifies at the end there, you can't pick the same invocation more than once unless its description says otherwise. There's one invocation that's been changed. I have to go through it just because we've mentioned it now.
Only you mentioned it.
No, you mentioned that warlock invocations can be done more than once, and I have to give an example as to what one that might be. We'll go over all of them, though, in their own episode. I'll just go over this one briefly. Agonizing Blast used to only affect Eldritch Blast, but now it can affect any warlock cantrip. So any cantrip you gain as a warlock, you can choose Agonizing Blast to affect that cantrip. And you can take that one more than once to affect multiple.
And if you want to know what Agonizing Blast does, you'll have to watch next week. You'll have to subscribe so you don't miss it.
Exactly.
You gotta subscribe. You should like the video too, because such quality content so far.
Oh, 100%. I've just rambled on about pack magic, and it probably hasn't been exactly intelligible.
We got TikTok too. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Subscribe. Follow.
Yeah, you might just hear me say prerequisite multiple times.
Yeah, and if that gets you off, keep watching.
And don't forget to turn on click that little bell icon so you get notifications of when we post.
Damn. Did the notification button as well? Oof.
Oh yeah, we're doing everything.
We're those people.
We are now.
We are now. Oh god.
All right, so Leo, take us into level 2.
Level 2, in 2024 we get something called Magical Cunning. You can perform it. Oh, fuck off. You can perform an esoteric rite for 1 minute. I'm gonna assume I've pronounced that correctly because I hear no giggles. Oh, nice. At the end of it, you regain your expended packed magic spell slots, but no more than a number of equal to half your maximum, rounded up. Once you use this feature, you cannot do so again until you finish a long rest, which is pretty good.
You're right there.
That's right. Which, from my notes of 2014, doesn't seem to exist, so I'm going to assume it's new.
It isn't.
Unless, thank God, I have no trust in my notes anymore. The trust is gone.
It's entirely new, which is funky.
Which actually, yeah, it drives home the concept that you were talking about earlier, that this is kind of driving home more that this class is pretty much the spellcaster fighter, if that makes sense. So like you're working with short rests, you're there to do many spells, not just some that hit really hard. I like it. It's good. We're focusing on being able to short rest and get different types of spell slots, of course. But we're trying to get as much as possible. I like it as a little currency reset. I like it. And esoteric is not as bad of a word to pronounce as you might think.
And just in case we haven't mentioned it, because I don't think we have, Warlocks are charisma casters. So charisma is going to be your priority stat numero uno.
You're a Kazi boy.
Kazi
or
boy.
girl.
Kazi creature.
Kazi. Ugh. Ugh. That sounds gross. How did it feel saying those two combinations of words?
Oh, as soon as I said it, it kind of felt weird. So, you're moving on.
Moving on. Dan, what do you get at level 3?
Before I ended level 3 in 2014, you used to be able to get your pact boon, not pact of the boon. Pact boon. So your patron bestows upon you a gift for your loyal service, and you gain one of the following features of your choice, which was either Pact of the Blade, Pact of the Chain, Pact of the Tome, Pact of the Talisman. These pacts are now thrown in with your Eldritch invocations. So at level 1, you get to choose one invocation, and it can be Pact of the Blade, Chain, Tome, or Talisman as one of them. Except Talisman actually doesn't exist in 2024. Now that I'm re-looking at that list, it does not. Talisman is
not.
2014. So yeah. But now in 2024 is, of course, when you're going to gain your subclass, being the Archfey, the Celestial, the Fiend, or the fan favorite Goo, or the Great Old One. Yeah.
I think it's worse that it actually stands for Great Old One. I don't want a Great Old One Goo.
Hey, I'm currently playing a Great Old One.
Ew.
Yeah. I am a Gulak. Gula. Yeah.
That sounds better at least. Sounds potentially threatening. Ooh, I'm the goo. Yeah, that's right. Come here, Mr. Big Bad, and give me 37 seconds. It's gonna get real gooey in here.
All right.
Leading us perfectly on, and of course, those subclasses, we're gonna go through them individually. You'll in the future.
Give them their own their own little episode, their own time to go over them properly.
Yeah. So at level 4, you will get your first of your ASIs, your ability score improvements, where of course you can either boost up some of your stats, or of course take a feat. You'll get this feature again at 8, 12, and 16. So that is mighty fine.
Exactly. And then, of course, don't forget your epic boon at level 19. Hey.
Oh, we gonna talk about that. Don't you worry. You know how I can't yearning for a boon. I'm just yearning for a boon. I can't make it rhyme.
I thought you were gonna go yearning for a burning.
I know. I'm sorry. I let everyone down. So at level 9, another reasonably quick one is that we have Contract Patron. So in the past, you usually contacted your patron through intermediaries. Now you can communicate directly. You always have contact other plane spell prepared. With this feature, you can cast a spell without expending a spell slot to contact your patron, and you automatically succeed the spell saving throw. However, once you use the spell with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Now, as long as my notes are correct, this also was not in 2014. 2014 was pretty bare for the Warlock.
Yeah, most of the base class for the Warlock was either Eldritch Invocations or ASIs or the Mystic Arcanum.
Which we'll get to later. But I really like this for role-playing perspective, because once you're at this level, because technically you're just under halfway through being a fully fledged Warlock, where you can shift the dick of anyone you want. I don't know what that means, shifting the dick, but we move on.
A choice phrase.
It's a choice phrase.
It's going on the list.
You're that guy, pal. You're that guy. Where you should be able you've been with your patron for 9 levels now. You should be able to contact them. I think it opens up more fun things for the DM to do. I think it opens up more fun things for the players to do. It makes a lot more work for the DM, because they may turn around like, I want to count my patron Steve. Fuck. You gotta roll. Before, it's like the DC's pretty high. Unless you get a natural 20, you're gonna fucking fail, boy.
And using it with that feature means you
Oh.
automatically succeed.
Exactly. So the DM's going to have to prepare a bit of chit chat banter with your patron, but I think that that's only going to help develop as a DM and engross the story.
And
I'm excited
again,
for this use.
I think I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes we did, where it's putting the power in the player's hands over the DM's hands. So instead of having your DM do like this roleplay moment where your patron like really cryptically contacts you and gives you like this weird like fever dream of a vision, instead now you can contact them if there's anything drastic you need to mention, if you feel like you want to develop your character and your patron's relationship. Even just by using the spell, it puts the choice in the player's hand, like say like once per long rest, to do it for free and automatically succeed on contacting your patron. Which could be, and I do think just as an example that you can do, you can in say like a pivotal moment where you're like, it's literally do or die, we need to make a deal.
I also think there are moments when, like, I have a patron, let's see if they know what it is, and you spend like 30-45 minutes trying to negotiate with your DM to try and get to talk to your patron, because I know that's happened before, and then the patron just goes, oh pal, I don't know, how the hell am I supposed to know? And you feel a bit culted, like you feel a bit taken aback, where it's like, come on, we've just spent so long doing it and it's nothing. Well, now I think if that happens now, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anywhere near as much. It's like, oh, I've wasted a thing for a long rest. That's fine. So Dan, you mentioned it earlier. What is Mystic Arcanum?
Mystic Arcanum is a Warlock's way of being able to cast higher level spell slots. I don't think this has changed at all, really, since its inception in 2014, or the old Warlock. The levels are the exact same, so you get Mystic Arcanum at level 11, 13, 15, and 17. Warlock level 11, 13, 15, and 17. My apologies. So at level 11, you get to choose one level 6 Warlock spell as this Arcanum. So you can cast your Arcanum spell once without expending a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast it this way again. So you technically don't get a spell slot, you just get the ability to cast this one spell once per long rest. Actually, speaking of which, yeah, no, it's the exact same.
There is one slight change. Yeah, whenever you gain a Warlock level, you can replace one of your Arcanum spells, which you could not do in 2014. So when you hit level 11 and you picked a spell, you were locked in. Not anymore.
I hope you chose something useful.
Yeah. I hope you didn't choose a funny one, because you wasted it.
Yeah. So again, like Pact Magic, it scales to when a full caster would normally be able to cast a spell of that level. So I believe most classes gain the ability to cast 6 level spells at level 11. And then once you hit level 13, you get one 7th level spell. At 15th level, you get an 8th level spell. And at level 17, you get a 9th level spell. And these all, once again, have to be Warlock spells from the Warlock spell list.
I think this is great. I really like the change. It's including more flexibility, more originality, if I'm being brutally honest, where you're able to be more flexible in different situations. That honestly, being able to change the spell and not being locked in is a massive game changer. So good.
So good. We like it.
It's very nice. It's very nice. I like seducing German to Borat very quickly.
It's just your default setting, man.
And to think I've never done a full campaign. I've never done any form of campaign with a Borat voice, because I did it with a lisp. I tried with the accent. Yo, so I was playing a Nicki Minaj. I was playing a snake. The Anaconda don't.
I was really wondering where the fuck you were going.
Yeah. Well, my Anaconda don't live, apparently. He only survived, to level 5 or 6? But we're talking like months of me talking in a lisp, and not like a little slight lisp. I went lisp, like properly. And it's very hard to decide on the fly what what could be in a lisp and what couldn't be. And I did that for months. Months. To such an extent where I was like, am I being spoken to as a player or as a character? Because this lisp is killing me.
He just spoke in the lisp nearly the entire session, unless he said, "No, fuck this."
There were definitely days where it would be like, you gotta tell me if you're talking to me, you're talking to my guy. But yeah, what did I do for the next?
Was his name, wasn't it?
Augustine. Well done.
Augustine.
Yeah, I struggle with the surnames.
It's okay. You were my brother in that campaign.
Yeah. Adopted, obviously.
Yeah.
That was. I forgot about that. That was so iconic.
The beautiful thing about that duo was Leo was playing a Yuan Ti, I was playing a Kobold, and we were adopted to two Yuan Ti parents, but none of us were able to discern which one. The funny part of it was that none of us were able to discern which one was the adoptive brother, even though in that sense it should have been fucking obvious to teens, but he didn't really care.
You know what was funny? We never mentioned whose parents were what. We
I
never stated who
it was Yuan Ti because it was funny. But
I always imagined it was
kobolds.
Yeah. I always imagine. Either way, it's like you either have one giant snake next to three tiny kobolds, or three giant snakes next to one kobold. It's like we just don't know.
Who's the adopted brother? And it's just the real one out of the family. It's not.
I was like, I'd like to shrug where you think shoulders should be on a snake.
Yeah, but that first campaign was really fun.
And I don't think we talked about it beforehand, like before the session. I don't think we mentioned that we would be brothers at all. It was just on the fly.
So, oh yeah, he's my brother. None of us know who's the other one.
Kitty was like, who was DMing for us at the time. He was like, what? It's like, yeah, he's my brother. One of us is adopted. I wish that was in person. I wish that was just to see his face, try and compute how a kobold. And then what I did is I made another character, and I was like, I'm not doing a lisp again. That drove me nuts. I think I did a southern accent for this one.
Optimized Prime, you most certainly did.
Optimized Prime, yeah. So I talk like this all the time. It's nearly that's a little too Forrest Gump, but it's the Warlock has confused me.
Yeah. It was a little more like, if I might interject there, fine son.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Now the hard thing is, and I was like, and Kenny was like, well, what's the last guy had a lisp? What does this guy have? And I'm like, he's colorblind. He can't see blues or greens. Completely forgetting that Dan is a kobold. And I was like, oh, damn it. It does mean something here. Fuck.
Specifically, I was a forest green kobold.
I was like, God damn it. I'm going to have to keep calling Dan Gray for the whole campaign.
He committed and he fucking delivered.
Hey, you got to commit. You got to commit.
Yeah, you got to commit. You did. And in fairness to you.
I think, do you know what? Maybe we should do that as a group. We should put in like as many weird detriments that aren't super detriments, but they're not like, you're not like a vampire, but you are like colorblind, or you have a lisp, or you have something that's going to affect you in a role-playing capacity.
Yeah. So I think we should try that for the next campaign.
Yeah, and then like you roll dice, even if it's like you get 20, you roll a d20 and see which one you get. No two players can have the same one because there's only 6 of us.
Exactly. Do you know what? Make it a D100 list.
All 6 of us have lisps. All 6 of us have lisps. Would you believe it?
We can't make this shit up. All of us rolled natural 20s for a lisp.
I think it'd be too difficult to do 100.
I don't think so. I think I could. I think I probably could make a list of 100 like minor inconveniences to have as a character.
Anyway, we have level 19. We of course have the epic boon, which I love. I love it in the game. I'm excited to see how it would go For Warlock, in my notes, I have notified the Boon of Fate as an interesting one to have. With the Boon of Fate, you get an ability score increase of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 30. And then when you or another creature within 60 feet of you succeeds on or fails a d20 test, you can roll 2d4 and apply the total roll as a bonus or penalty of the d20 roll. And you can use this benefit until you roll initiative. Sorry, you can't use it again until you've rolled initiative or finish a long or short rest. Which I think is going to be, it's a fairly common one for any spellcaster, but there's loads of them on that list. We could actually nearly do a whole episode going through all the boons, or even just half the boons. So many boons. Very excited. Love it. Yes, please.
We will definitely do an episode on just the epic boons.
I think we can. I just think we can.
I think we can. No, we're going to milk this content shit.
Oh, yeah. Milk that teat.
Milk the teat of the almighty content gods.
Do you think we could have that as a shirt?
Milk the teat of the content gods? I feel like the artwork could be questionable. We can do it.
Yeah. As long as we don't use Mr. Beast or someone as the content god.
Yeah, just plug in our merch that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, you gotta.
Exactly.
I just let us know. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think?
Give us your ideas from Bards Against Humanity.
Would you ever wear Milk the Teat shirt? Oh fuck. What do you think, Dan? Epic boon.
What do I think about epic boons? I love them.
Fair enough.
I didn't actually write down a list of a recommendation of epic boons. So I'll just take just a double check of the list. I think there's one which dimensional travel I think is always nice.
That's a good one.
Just because it gives the Warlock an extra utility spell to use if needed. And it also recharges on a short rest, which is absolutely lovely.
Which is what we're doing with the Warlock. We short rest in none of these long boy sleeps. We're napping to victory.
Yeah. Just the dimensional travel is just a nice little utility spell. It's nothing absolutely major, nothing minor. It's just a free Misty Step for a long rest, for a short rest.
All right, Dan, what is level 20? What's our capstone ability?
Level 20. The old capstone ability used to be so shite. So at 20th level, you used to get what was called Eldritch Master. So you could spend 1 minute entreating your patron for aid to regain all of your expended spell slots from your pack magic feature. And once you regain spell slots with this feature, you must finish a long rest before you can do so again. I wouldn't necessarily, now that I'm reading that out loud again, I wouldn't necessarily say that shit. It's just a once per long rest regain all your spell slots, which at level 20 is 4 pack magic spell slots. The new Eldritch Master is when you use your magical cunning feature, you regain all of your expended pack magic slots. Pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any form of difference, and there really just isn't. I think
really isn't.
Because realistically, the magical cunning feature does take a minute because of your fuck, I don't have it in front of me. let me esoteric. That esoteric rite takes a minute. So you're not doing this in the middle of a fight. You can do it just before a fight and it's fine. It's a fine feature. Is it a capstone ability? Not for me. We've seen a lot of other capstone abilities and they're monster abilities. They are huge changes. And I just don't think this one is.
No, it's fine. It's not what you would want from the ultimate capstone ability of a class, but it's certainly better than what some of them used to be. I think Ranger just used to get a slightly upgraded damage. They used to get an extra D10 of damage once per turn at level 20.
Oh.
Sorcerers used to be able to get 4 of their sorcery points back on a short rest once per long rest. It was crazy shit like that. This one's fine. It's underwhelming for a capstone ability in both the new and the old version. nothing absolutely crazy.
No, it's not awful. It's very helpful for the class. Don't get me wrong. I think because of Mystic Arcanum, it's such a level up where, you know, come level 17. Yeah, come Warlock level 17, you'll have a level 9 spell in your pocket, which you can play whenever you want. And then 2 more levels, you get an epic boon, which can do mad shit, as we said. And then level 20, you get your one of your first features is actually kind of helpful, but you can't. I think if you were able to do it mid battle, you know, if not only did you use your magical cunning feature, but you didn't have to wait that minute, I think I'd like it a lot more. I know that once you hit level,
if you could use it instantaneously instead of over a minute.
Yeah, I know at level 20 you're just going to go up against the big bad. Realistically, you're not chilling around in level 20 massively, which makes it a bit confusing for it as a capstone ability. Generally, back in 2014, 2024, it's a weird ability to have, considering that's when you're going to end your campaign. But I understand why it's an ability, if that makes sense. I just don't think it's a capstone ability.
No,
and it does dampen the class for me.
Yeah, it could have been better.
I don't know what it could have been. Like, I don't know if you have 2 Mystic Arcanums, is that too overpowered? Like, you're able to store 2 level 9 spells. Is that too ridiculous? But your level 20, the big bad's gonna be big and bad and hard. I don't know. I don't know exactly which direction you go into, but I just think they went into the wrong one. Because I don't want to not have Mystic Arcanum you know, I don't have to wait an extra 9 levels for that, but that's more of a capstone ability in this class, which makes it really difficult to rate out of 10.
Yeah.
I do think the 2014 Warlock is around a 5. It's a fine class. It's so bare. We've added an extra 2 abilities anyway, and the invocations have had a huge revamp. So that's like a 5. But I don't know, like, the abilities work really well. I like the roleplay potential with it, but I feel weird giving it more than a 6.
I'm kind of inclined to give Warlock a 6 overall. Even though I'm playing a Warlock in this current campaign, I did it more so for the potential for roleplay than I did for the class. Warlock is interesting, don't get me wrong. It's just my personal opinion. A 6, it's not a class I'm going to choose over any other, or not one of the classes I choose over, say, some other ones. It's fine, it's fun. That rating may change for me after we go through the full list of invocations, just to see just how customizable the Warlock can be. There's a lot of potential for Warlock to be good, to be great, to be like outstanding. There's a lot of messing around with it for me to kind of get to that point.
Yeah, I that's fair. Do you know what? I forgot how interchangeable it is, which they're obviously improving more on in the 2024 rules overall. But they've really dug deep with it in Warlock, where it's like, you don't like a cantrip, you can change it with your next level up. You don't like a Mystic Arcanum spell you can change it in your next Warlock level up. However, I do personally think it does beg to be multi-classed. So I think 6 is fine for now. It may go up to a 7. I don't really see it going up to an 8, but I will be interested to see what the subclasses do with this, because they have a lot of currency with their packed magic spells. I'll be curious to see how those different subclass patrons work with it. Same with the Eldritch invocations.
Yeah.
I'll be very interested. I think it requires a buffering, which kind of the other classes didn't, which is why, like, I'm pretty certain I gave another class 7, and I'd feel dirty doing the same with Warlock. But I have faith. It's not Circle of the Sea bad, and we have to bring it up in nearly every episode. The Eldritch Invocation episode is going to be very difficult to bring it up in, but I just want to highlight how shit it is, and it's not that. If that like that one is broken and poor for broken and poor reasons. This one isn't. It's just not as flashy. So 6. Yeah, I'm glad we're both going with 6. I don't know if I want to say it'll go higher, but it could be more cemented. Right now it's a bit of a soft 6, if you will, which is quite encouraging if for your lady friends, if it's a soft 6.
Yeah. That would be quite encouraging, actually. Soft 6, but you could just be a shower, so it could also be a hard 6. Who knows?
Hey, a hard 6, that's above average still. A soft 6 is encouraging, man.
Hell yeah.
And I think, dear listeners, that brings us to the end of another session where the dice are hard, the jokes are harder, and our standards are at an all-time low. If you enjoyed this chaos, be sure to follow and subscribe. We are on, in case you're watching this on Spotify, because we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. Can't escape us. If not, at least we finished, even if you didn't. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm also sort of jealous that Leo next ever fucked up the outro. Who knows?
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, it does. I have